As if I needed more of a reason to hate you. With the coronavirus seeming to finally begin its decline, movie theater chains have been announcing their plans to reopen in July. And so I let out a sigh of relief when it seemed as if things were going to go right back to normal. Until getting this bit of news. It starts with the online success of Trolls World Tour, which broke records on VOD and made almost $100 million in 3 weeks. Universal was so pleased with the success that Jeff Shell, the CEO of NBC Universal, made this announcement. The results for Trolls World Tour have exceeded our expectations and demonstrated the viability of PVOD. As soon as theaters reopen, we expect to release movies on both formats. Now, my first thoughts are that I really don't see why Universal would make a decision like this. It may have performed well online, but would you really expect it not to? It has to do with the global circumstances, not because audiences find it preferable to the theater. Think about it. Families are confined to their homes, the kids want to watch a new movie, it's readily available for them in their living room. And the numbers add up too. Families spend $20 to rent the movie, as opposed to the $40, $50, maybe $60 that they'd spend seeing in the theater. We see this with the $100 million that Trolls World Tour has made online, in comparison to the first movie's $350 million that it made in the box office. So while the movie may have been a success by VOD standards, I really don't get why Universal would see this as a more profitable alternative. What makes even less sense, however, is the way that AMC theaters responded to it. On Tuesday, AMC chairman Adam Aron made this statement. "It is disappointing to us, but Jeff's comments as to Universal's unilateral actions and intentions have left us with no choice. Therefore, effective immediately, AMC will no longer play any Universal movies in any of our theaters in the United States, Europe, or the Middle East." The following day, it was reported that Regal cinemas were joining AMC in their boycott against Universal, but it soon became clear that Regal's statement on the matter was misinterpreted. They clarified on Twitter saying, "Regal is not boycotting Universal nor any other studio. We will continue our normal policy and play movies that respect the theatrical window, allowing movies to be released first in theaters prior to streaming or VOD platforms." So despite all the news stories that you may have been hearing, Regal is not in on this boycott. But for AMC, not only does this move seem really petty, but it makes no sense from a business standpoint. Considering the fact that AMC just narrowly avoided bankruptcy, you'd think they'd take all that they can get. Now on the surface, this wouldn't make a huge difference for me because I'm more of a Regal person, partially because I used to work for them, and their Regal Unlimited Pass has been a screaming deal for regular moviegoers such as myself. But for people who are AMC Stubs members, it would be a bit of a different story. It would mean that they can't get points off of upcoming hits like Fast and Furious 9, No Time to Die, Paul Greengrass's upcoming movie News of the World, and of course Jurassic World Dominion, which I am looking forward to more than any other movie that is yet announced. Now, after AMC made this announcement, Universal is still currently standing their grounds, saying that this decision is not meant as an attack on theaters. "We absolutely believe in the theatrical experience and have made no statement to the contrary. As we stated earlier, going forward, we expect to release future films directly to theaters as well as on PVOD when that distribution outlet makes sense." Now, I don't doubt at all that Universal knows that a movie like Jurassic World is meant for the thrill of the theater, but the thing that gives me an inkling of concern is that if AMC holds to their word, I think it would be their undoing if they did, but if so, Universal might not see the point in giving any of their movies a theatrical release at all, when the largest chain in America won't accept them. And if we never get the chance to see Jurassic World Dominion on the big screen, I would not know how to express the crushing disappointment that I'd be feeling. But I'm not really worried, and I feel even better knowing that Regal, the second biggest chain in the world, is still going to be playing Universal movies. Frankly, I don't see this lasting. Knowing the financial state that movie theaters need to get themselves out of, this all seems like a gigantic bluff from AMC to persuade Universal to bring their movies only to theaters to help them catapult back into business. Dollars to donuts, when it comes time for movie theaters to open again, and AMC knows that they'll have blockbusters like No Time to Die and Fast and Furious 9 coming their way, they're not going to pass up the opportunity to cash in on those. But on the other hand, considering all the unprecedented stuff that is happening right now, anything could be possible, I guess. We'll know for sure when movie theaters reopen come July. One thing's for sure right now, I pray that this isn't the beginning of the end of movie theaters. The thing that I agree with AMC on, and I think I speak for the majority of audiences when I say this, the theater is the place to see a movie. That's a wrap. Thank you for watching. Like and share, subscribe for more. This is Pop Culture. I'm Alex Pop.